Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about Hans Molenkamp. Who is this guy and is he legit? The first thing that caught my attention was Molenkamp's kicking things out of people's hands, food and drinks. At first I thought it was legitimate. This was the first video I saw of DC and he looks legitimately upset. But when you watch the other videos, you realize it's staged. Here DC clearly holding that out for Hans to kick. Hans kicks it, he chases him. Again, totally staged, super fake. And they got more fake over time. Like, you know, Game Bread would have given him a 3-piece and a soda had that actually happened. You got Chael dodging out of the way. You have this guy who just somehow doesn't see it coming. This guy who holds their drink like that to take a photo, super weird. And this guy, my favorite, when he throws it at the ground instead of Hans Molenkamp. Now that in itself doesn't mean anything. Maybe he just makes lame social media videos and he's a super great guy. There was also the time that Dana White roasted him for lying on Instagram. Hans posted, "You want to know how Rob Dyrdek and Dana White became best friends? Rob and I go back to the 90s skateboarding. Hashtag DC Shoes and his OG TF in San Diego. I've shot him for skate mags and Rolling Stone, etc. So I took Rob and Big for the first UFC and had to convince them, UFC, they were cool and legit celebrities. The Rob and Big show had just dropped and was already a hit, but they still had no idea, laugh out loud, hashtag real talk. They actually put us in horrible seats until it caused such a big problem with security, they moved us to the floor. Yeah, times have changed, F with me and meet new friends, laugh out loud." Dana White's response was especially ruthless. "Biggest crock of shit ever. When I see every one of your posts, I think, is this guy joking right now or is he actually serious? I met you through Tiki when Tiki asked me to take a picture with the t-shirt he asked me to wear. I'm assuming you met most of fighters through Tiki. You walk up to people and have someone secretly taking pics and then post pics like you are in some meeting and post corny shit like soaring with the Eagles. I usually just laugh and say, is he fucking serious right now? I don't know exactly what you do for Monster Energy, but it seems like you decide which fighter gets a sponsorship and which one doesn't. So I'm sure that's why they let you post that crazy shit like you attempting to spar with him and other goofy shit. I didn't become best friends with Rob through you, and you are far from being the guy who influences the influencers. Stop blowing smoke up everyone's ass. Hashtag real talk."
I don't give a fuck.
There's also the time he had a suspiciously fake fight with King Mo from Bellator. Article reads, "We're left suspicious of the fact that no footage exists of the scrap between Muhammad King Mo Lawal and Triumph United President Hans Molenkamp." Now everyone knows when you see a fight between a pro MMA fighter and some random person, you take your camera, your phone out, and you take probably the most blurry picture possible. This was very suspicious and never went anywhere. So let's talk about his first Muay Thai fight and kind of what I believe to be some deceptive practices around it. So the first thing I want to talk about here is the glove touch. Hans immediately touches gloves and goes for a kick, which I think is a bit of a cheap shot. But it's his first fight, his first Muay Thai amateur fight, and he could be nervous, and you got to protect yourself at all times, so it won't totally hold it against him. One thing that's kind of abundantly clear in this fight is that the guy he's fighting is not a very good fighter. So this video has been uploaded as Hans Molenkamp versus Derek Downey. There is a Derek the Gentleman Downey, who's 11-4 in MMA and far too good to be this Derek Downey. Tapology has linked the fighter that Hans Molenkamp as a Donnie Camp. However, Donnie Camp is another guy who's totally different, who's 0-8. So I have yet to be able to find out which Derek Downey that Hans Molenkamp actually fought. I found one other MMA fighter who was 0-1, but I couldn't find any pictures of him, but I believe it's possibly him. So the question remains, Who the hell did Hans Molenkamp fight?
Hans Molenkamp on the show. Hans, first off, congratulations, but second, how you feeling?
And so they found a guy, this guy Derek, and you know, he was just a scrappy. He's fought. He was an MMA guy that was a, you know, I mean, I guess self-proclaimed brawler.
It's interesting when you talk about Derek too, when you said he was a self-proclaimed brawler, but that's how I would proclaim him too. I mean, watching him, this guy, he meant business. I mean, I do give a lot of credit to Derek. I really thought he was a tough guy. I have to...
Look, Derek doesn't, he's not, you know, Luke Rockhold, and he's not like, he doesn't fit this mold of like, you know, this muscular, just like, you know, like amazing, like physique fighter that like you see all the time. I mean, honestly, he's that guy that like, and that's what made it scary for me a little bit.
There's no doubt that Hans Molenkamp is the master of self-promotion, but why are all these UFC fighters helping him so much to self-promote? There are videos online of him sparring hard with Conor McGregor, John Jones, rolling with Royce Gracie. Now, don't get me wrong, Hans Molenkamp is allegedly a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but every video he posts is usually him in an advantageous position while rolling, and he never puts that in the description. He just kind of puts, oh, casually sparring when he's in a dominant position, but you can tell it's flow rolling, or you can tell the other person is purposely allowing him to get into that position. And as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt myself, I can tell the difference between flow rolling, positional sparring, and actual sparring. Now, I can tell you the reason why they're doing this. They're doing this because he controls the sponsorship for MMA with Monster Energy. And they are doing it to get their sponsorship. And that's maybe not solely the reason. Maybe some people are actually friends with him and some people do like him, even though I would classify him as probably someone that tries too hard. But I do think there's probably a lot of people that maybe don't like him but can't come forward with it because they don't want to lose their sponsorship. Now, since this channel is mostly positive MMA news, I don't want to sit there and say that I believe Hans Molenkamp is a bad person or not a good guy. I just find his persona a little bit fake and a little bit forced. And I think the MMA community, the MMA fighters have been helping with that for their sponsorships. What do you think? Do you guys like Hans Molenkamp? Do you think his contribution to the MMA community in terms of photographs and sponsorship has been worth kind of the cheesy videos and the cheesy stunts and the pushing himself in the spotlight? Or do you think that he is too fake and it's getting tired and old? Let me know what you think. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more content, and thanks again for watching.